With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Grave Tone.
Welcome to Grave Tone Podcast, where horror comes to life in every form it takes. I'm Megan.
And I'm Arthur.
And it's October, so we have another new release.
Didn't know we started recording. Scary.
I gave him a jump scare.
Seriously.
So did this movie. This movie gave us a couple of jump scares.
Yes, it did.
It's true.
It did.
Yeah.
It's the second time we're watching this movie.
True. Yeah.
Even though it just came out, so think about that one.
Well, officially, yes.
Yes.
I feel like I'm telling this story for the 17th time. Last summer at Fantasia Film Festival, we had the opportunity to see Chris Stuckman's directorial debut. Excuse me. Chris Stuckman, for people who don't know, is a really well-known YouTuber and film critic in that space. I think he's got 2-point-something million followers or subscribers or something on his YouTube channel. So, and he's really popular. I've seen his videos pop up for years. And he co-wrote and directed this film along with the help of a multitude of people, including his wife, who also co-wrote the story along with him. And anyway, we were given the opportunity to see the first official cut of it at Fantasia last year.
What's the movie?
Shush. It's called Shelby Oaks,
Oh,
okay? People have seen the title of the episode. They know what we're talking about.
The suspense is killing me.
It's killing no one. You just saw it with me. The suspense is gone. And anyway, it had a really great reception at Fantasia.
Yeah.
And afterward, it was picked up for distribution by Neon.
Yep, after 8 months.
There we go. And Neon, in turn, gave them an additional budget in which to do some reshoots.
Yep, so they gave him 3 days worth of additional reshoots for over $1 million.
Damn.
After reading the original script and wanting Stuckman to film more of the bloody scenes.
Okay, yeah.
Which were the new ones.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And also to edit it.
So polish it a bit.
That's it, to re-edit stuff and whatever. They even hired a new person to do that, to give it a fresh polish and edit.
I think that worked.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think
there
so
was
as well.
something sharper about watching it this time around. So we wanted to, when we knew that particularly that it was finally getting a theatrical release, which is cool.
Finally.
And that also they had done some reshoots and they had changed some things. So essentially the movie would look a little different. I think we were really curious to sort of re-explore it, especially over a year later.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
We only saw it the one time. So I'm like, well, it would be nice to, first of all, remind myself of everything that happens in the film, but then also kind of see it from a new perspective as a new film and see what I can spot that's actually different.
Yeah, that's
as
it.
well.
There's actually a cool backstory about this movie is that it was actually started on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Initially, yeah, it had a campaign on Kickstarter with a goal of 250K. It reached the goal of 250K in 24 hours.
Oh my God.
Insane. So the initial stretch goals were 600K, which it reached in 1.5 weeks.
Holy shit.
Which is crazy. So then they added an extra stretch goal of 1 million, which was also reached by the end of the campaign. So then after it's finished, after only 1 month, okay, they accumulated almost $1.4 million pledged by almost 15,000 supporters.
Wow.
Which made it actually the most funded horror film on Kickstarter
Oh,
ever.
wow.
So
Okay.
Cool, man.
Wow, people really believed in this project, obviously.
Yeah,
which
that's
is cool.
it.
I think it might go to show that I think Chris Stuckman is kind of well respected in the film critic online world.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So
That's
I
it,
think
that's
a
it.
lot of people are really happy to have seen him actually be able to bring a project to life, which is understandable. That's fair.
And I mean, on top of that, hello, Mike Flanagan.
Oh, yeah.
Helped produce the movie.
Well, post the Kickstarter campaign,
Yes,
I think,
exactly.
right? He'd seen it. That was so pretty much a lot of the crew, including Chris Stuckman, his wife Sarah, and Mike Flanagan, were all at the premiere at
Yes.
Fantasia last year.
Yeah, we saw them all. It was
Yeah,
so
and so
cool.
we all got to. Well, this is our second time seeing Mike Flanagan at Fantasia. Eh? He does pop
Yeah.
up every once in a while.
Yeah, it's awesome.
they all chatted a little bit after the screening and spoke about that a little bit. And essentially, yeah, that's it. He was really impressed, I think, with the idea behind the project after the Kickstarter campaign just obviously shot through the stratosphere, I guess. And he decided that he wanted to help. So I think he just reached out to him and was like, hey, what can I do? You know, to help you with this.
Yeah, that's it. And I remember he said that he didn't want to help in terms of the story, direction, whatever it is. He wanted to keep a distance.
Yep.
So, he kind of helped fund it.
Yeah.
And I guess, if I remember correctly, he gave a couple of pointers and stuff like that, but that was about it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
very minimal involvement.
He really
in
let
that
them
sense. Yeah, exactly.
actually make their film.
That's it.
And did not step in any capacity. And honestly, you can see that a little bit with Mike Flanagan. Even at that premiere, he really fully stepped off
he was,
out of the spotlight. He was like,
the
I'm not
stage
interested in
almost.
this being focused on me. This doesn't have anything to do with me. I was here as a money man and to help promote, and that's it.
Yeah.
But he was really there to let them have their moment, which I think is lovely.
That was really cool.
Yeah. So anyway, we decided to go and revisit the film, which just had its theatrical release today, which is October 24th. So we figured we would give a little bit of a review from a new perspective now.
Exactly. From a second rewatch almost.
So we won't get into spoiler stuff right away. So just brief synopsis, basically from the Wikipedia. This movie, that's it, is a continuation of a series of fictional found footage videos, which is how the Kickstarter campaign was started in the first place, which are about a paranormal investigative team named the Paranormal Paranoids. And the film follows a woman determined to find her sister who went missing while investigating the mysterious abandoned town of Shelby Oaks, which is a fictional town created for the film in Ohio. But the film was shot there.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, the Chris Duckman is from Ohio.
Right.
So
Okay. Yeah.
they filmed in his state.
True. I remember he was saying that, film what you know type of thing.
Correct.
The places and everything. So it makes total sense.
Yeah, exactly. And he was aware, I think, of some of the locations even prior to filming that they used for the shoot. There's you see it in the promos and stuff like that, there's a particularly creepy sort of abandoned fairground-ish type of thing used, and there's specifically a Ferris wheel. And that's something that's used that I think he already knew existed ahead of time.
That's it.
So it's easy to build a set piece around that, right? Yeah, so this movie, follows this woman named Mia who is looking into the disappearance of her sister.
12 years later.
12 years, that's it, exactly. 12 years prior.
Still looking.
Exactly. She disappeared, and all of her fellow YouTubers, because that's what they did. It was early 2000s. They had a YouTube channel in which they, did paranormal ghost hunty investigation types of things that I think would have been pretty big, early YouTube-y days.
Probably.
Type of thing.
That's what they say in the movies. So
yeah, that's it. And that's it. There were 4 in total. The 3 others were killed, and eventually their bodies were found. However, Riley, Mia's sister, her body was never recovered.
Yeah.
So, of course, now that's it, 12 years later, and she's still searching for answers to what happened to her sister. And so the story follows her investigation into that when there's an inciting incident that occurs at the beginning of the film that sets off a chain of events that leads her to towards finding the truth about what happened to her sister.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. What did you think about it as first impressions?
You know what?
Or
It's
second impressions.
this is a really different one because we have seen it once before, and I quite enjoyed it the first time. But I did feel that there were certain scenes that maybe certain shots lingered for too long, or maybe it got a little bit laggy a few times in its second half in particular. There were some instances where I found myself kind of feeling that way a little bit. And I will say this new edit of it really picks things up. I found the pacing was really solid throughout all of this. And I overall felt the same way that I felt about it the first time, which is that the tension building is really good. Yeah. It's really solid. It's a very atmospheric film, which I find is so impressive, especially for a first run at making a film. I found that really impressive. And the performances, the cast were wonderful. Camille Sullivan, who plays Mia, the lead character, she's really good. She really carries this movie the whole way through.
It's all concentrated on her.
The majority, and really she is in pretty much every single scene in the entire film. It really, really follows her, and she really carries the entire performance. A lot of the atmosphere hinges on her reactions to things, and I find she carries that incredibly well.
Yeah, I agree. I loved all of that as well. I also like the fact that they didn't use sound too much. Like there's some certain scenes that it's very quiet, and
Yes.
like they say horror is built on sound essentially. There's some scenes that are very quiet, and then there's like something crazy going on, or a jump scare, or a reaction from her, and it really works despite the fact that there's no like jump scare sound or something that
Agreed.
super loud or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I really like that part, and also the creepy shots, like the found footage filming.
Yes, portions
is done really well.
Yeah, I agree. All of that kind of stuff is put together really well.
Yeah, that's it. And there were like even a couple of scenes that actually had a jump scare, and it actually made me
Yes,
jump.
true, within the found
Damn.
footage portion as well too.
Yeah,
that do
that's
a
it.
really good job of that. They build the tension really well in those things too. And again, like you're saying, utilizing sound or music specifically or a score when it does or does not need to be there necessarily, that helps to create the vibe, I guess.
Yeah, that's
in a
it.
way.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, should we get into maybe some more specifics?
You want to call Gary?
Yeah, let's call Gary
Okay,
for
call Gary.
a spoiler time.
You've been warned. Spoilers ahead.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Bye.
Okay, should we do 3 favorites?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Am I starting?
You start.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Okay. My first, and I think my most major one, and this is definitely how I felt about this the first time. Now, again, we're in spoiler territory, and when we first, the cat's meowing.
Creepy.
You're breaking the tension. When we first went in to watch the film, they had been very secretive about the opening of the film, that I did still find was very effective this time. But I remember when we saw this at Fantasia. So, okay, what happens at the beginning of the
Because
film?
you think it's one thing.
So everything that's shot at the beginning of the film is because there is a documentary being produced about Riley's disappearance and all of the other paranoid folks' deaths, right? And they are interviewing Mia because she's trying to get the story out there more, and she's trying to find out what happened to her sister all these years later. And the entire first, I don't know, like solid 10, 15 minutes of the film. Okay, well, we're having some late
sorry
night
about that.
zoomies, it
They're having
seems.
zoomies.
Yeah. And people with cats know what we're talking about. So the whole first portion of the film that way is filmed as though this is a documentary, and
Yeah.
all of the marketing prior to that initial release at
all
Fantasia was
documentary.
marketed as like a documentary, mockumentary style
Exactly.
film combined with like some found footage stuff because of all of Riley's tapes and everything
Yep,
from
yep,
their
yep, yep.
YouTube videos. And all of that happens at the beginning of the film, and then the inciting incident of this man, what's his name?
Willis. Wilson, something Wilson.
Wilson, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Arrives in the middle of shooting, basically, at
Yeah,
Mia's
yeah,
front
yeah,
door,
that's true.
shows up, says, she let me go, she finally let me go, and shoots himself in the head on her front stoop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut away from the rest of the documentary style film, and it's like we step out of that and into the actual movie.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
I remember
Seriously?
when we saw that at Fantasia, people started applauding
Yes.
when they started, because that's when the official credits start to roll
Yes,
before
yes,
you get a
yes.
title card, and people were like, damn.
That's seriously, yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I love that the transition, like it's very seamless. There doesn't seem like anything, but when you think back about it, it's like,
really
it's
effective.
genius, man. Seriously.
It's so effective.
Yeah, yeah, it's really well done.
Yeah, no, I think it was my biggest takeaway the first time that we watched it, because it was like really unexpected, and it's still this time too. I was really curious to see how I was going to feel about it this time. I'm like, nope, I still love
still good.
it. It's really good.
Yep, it's still
That's
good.
my
I agree.
that's my first one, probably my biggest one.
I think for me, the first one is, if I'm trying to remember because like it's been a year, right?
Yeah.
I know there is a creature that kind of starts the whole thing, or it happens because of that
Yeah.
creature, right? I don't exactly remember how it was initially when we watched it, but I don't remember it.
It wasn't
us
as
being
I
able
s-
to see it
I
that
swear
much.
it wasn't as corporeal.
That's it.
So it's a demon.
Yeah, yeah.
But I swear that demon was not as visible the first time that we watched this movie.
Exactly. That's it. I don't
agree.
remember that, and they made it better.
Yeah, he looks good.
He
looks
looks
pretty good.
really good. But one thing that I like the most about this is that the demon is just a presence there. It's like a
Yeah.
puppeteer in the shadows, because a lot of things happen not because he's doing something, but it's
Mm-hmm.
the influence that he has on the people, or call it possession,
Yep.
whatever it is,
Yep.
Yep. That, and the effect that he has on those people. So I kind of really like that they didn't go into the whole, oh yeah, it's a demon and let's like hunt the demon in whatever territory.
Mm-hmm.
It was really the effect of that demon. So I really like that part, and also like you said, the fact that they made it a little bit more visible. You know, you can actually see a little bit more detail there. We got like saw a whole hand and everything, and towards the end you can actually see it almost
Basically
a
fully
full,
formed.
That's it,
Yeah.
fully formed and stuff.
Yeah.
And like during the movie, they don't really show it because, you know, it's like blurry footage and
Yeah.
it's something in the background and you pause it and it's like can't see anything. But the more the movie progresses and the closer she gets to finding the truth, the more visible it becomes.
True.
And that was
Yeah.
also really well done, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very cool it's a very cool development to
Yes.
watch steadily occur throughout the course of the film.
Exactly.
I did
That's
like
it. It works really well.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. That's it.
What's my second one? Oh, I actually think my second one, and I don't, because I'm not always very good at getting very technical with regards to certain aspects of films, but I think my second favorite is probably the cinematography.
Okay.
I really like the way this movie is filmed. Particularly on this go around, I think I really had time to appreciate, I guess, the way that sometimes the camera either cuts to something or lingers in a way that makes you kind of glance around to the corners to be like, is there
Yeah,
something
that's
in the
it.
back?
Or you're looking in the
Am I supposed to be
background and
looking for
stuff.
something? Am I waiting for something to happen? What's going on? Like those aspects.
Because that's
I
how
found
they
were
set
really
it up,
good.
right? Like at
Yeah.
the beginning of the movie, when you're watching kind of like the found footage stuff and
Yes.
whatever it is, and the police is saying like, you know, oh, we watched this specific footage like 1,000 times, we didn't see it, and then you see it, and it's like very something barely visible behind a window in the
window, yeah.
background,
Yeah.
and they've kept mentioning this a little bit, and then even when she plays that tape that the guy who sets off the whole thing
Yes, yeah.
leaves, there's also stuff in the background. So I feel like you're almost conditioned since the beginning of the movie to watch for things in the background.
To look
like
for
you were
things in the
saying.
background,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
it.
funny because it's like it's really effective, but it also almost feels very Mike Flanagan. You're constantly like, is there a ghost
Yes.
back there?
Yes, exactly. He loves to do that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I think that was my second favorite portion. Like I like that kind of thing, and also just like it really was like beautifully filmed overall. I find the DP's name was Andrew Scott Baird, so he did a really good job. Well done, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. I have to say, like, maybe this is a little bit, I don't know, niche to the movie itself, I guess. But what I liked a lot, and I guess it's an extension to the demon part of things, is that they kind of, you know, presented a little bit of the lore behind the
Yeah.
demon. And there's some, I guess, demonology or whatever is involved there.
Yeah.
But they don't lean into it.
We don't linger on it
We
for.
don't linger on it. We don't lean into it.
Right.
They're not like, oh yeah, it's this demon and he does this and that and here's all the thing. You know, they kind of showed what the name is and his symbol because it keeps appearing in places.
And she goes
that's about
looking
it.
for things, right? Like she does read
Yeah.
through some books and you get like rapid fire information about
But
things.
that's it.
But they do create a really good mystery with that, which I think is like maybe my third favorite. So I might piggyback off of
Okay,
yours.
right. That's it. So that's exactly what I'm saying is that creates the mystery because you don't know as much as the main character doesn't know.
Yes, exactly.
right?
You follow Mia and you're like,
Yeah, and it's almost like the whole thing is basically from her perspective.
True, yeah,
For anything
very
that's
much.
happening. So I really like that. I think
Yeah.
that's really smart movie making and writing, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like all of that, it creates that tension and builds it all the way until the end.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to piggyback off of that, I think my third favorite that I'll say is probably the mystery that is created because of the, to a degree, like minor amount of information that you're given about
Yeah.
the demon and kind of the backstory of things. You know, yes, we like, you know, it's nothing overly new in terms of filmmaking. Like there's a demon that's like latched on to someone and is possessing someone to do its bidding,
Yeah,
et
that's
cetera,
it,
et cetera, et
exactly,
cetera.
yeah.
Like that's something that, you know, we've seen those things before. That's totally fine. But it's more the aspect of the mystery that it creates that we get through the eyes of different people, and that even the film sort of points out to us by the end. This entire time we are following Mia being under the impression that the demon's target was Riley, and it was always her sister, and
Yes.
it always had to do with her, and that was
exactly
what it
that.
was. But then when we get to the end of the film, the way that things are framed with a couple of the scenes in which we see a flashback of Mia as a child in Riley's room seeing the demon herself, we're kind of given the impression that maybe the demon was sort of always after her to a degree. She may have been his target. And we also don't even know, there's like an element of mystery to an extent even far beyond that of, you know, in Shelby Oaks itself, how like that town
Yeah.
is sort of, I kind of almost feels like it was overtaken to a degree because of the demon. Like, you know, it has like a very like dairy feel,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Like the
right,
entity
right.
kind of overruns the town. In Shelby Oaks case, like the town's a ghost town. It's no longer functional. No one lives there. So it's almost like it killed like whatever soul the town had, I guess. But there's also different, I guess there are different things that it made me think about on this rewatch particularly, where I was like, oh, like, you know, the like the fairground that existed there. You know, the girls speak about the fact that their mother used to go there
Yeah.
as a child. So you're like, did the demon know that the mom already existed and then it followed the kids later? Like, did that come into play possibly? Like, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, how far back does this lore go? But again, you know, to your point, because you were saying that we follow Mia's character really very much in her perspective on everything, you don't know because she does not know.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it just adds that additional little layer of something,
Yeah.
something.
Okay, but you see, like, so that's kind of like my third one
Yeah.
that kind of goes a little bit with what you're saying, but I kind of disagree. I think what happened with the demon is that it did what it had to do with Riley, the sister.
Yeah.
Right? Because
It made the baby the demon baby. Yes.
that's it, exactly. Made a demon baby, and like it did that, and then
Or the
Riley's
Antichrist,
no
I don't know.
more.
Yeah.
You know, and then it needs another target, and then it takes over Mia.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess so. I
That-
don't know.
That's how I saw it.
I don't know. I think the only reason that I kind of flipped my idea about it, because I also felt that way, especially after the first time we watched it, but
Yeah.
after this time, is because we latched back on to the scene of her seeing it in the window as a child, with
Yeah, maybe.
with the voiceover at the same time, speaking about, you know, and I was sure that it's like basically like the voiceover that she gives has to do with the fact that, like, you know, it was always going to like follow them, and it was always going to follow after that time that it saw what it wanted that first time through the window.
Okay,
And
yeah,
she's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one who made eye contact with it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe it really
Yeah, it's
did want
possible. I don't
Riley
know.
and that was its goal, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
it was just food for thought for me.
What I liked a lot, and maybe this is coming to me more because of the second rewatch, is that the relationship and the psychology of Mia, but not pertaining to her sister, but to her own life.
Oh, sure,
right?
yeah.
Is that a lot of, like, they do mention in the beginning, and initially when I watched it, I was like, okay, like, I don't know why this is mentioned, whatever it is. You know, she says, like, oh, you know, we tried to have a baby with the
Yep.
husband, and we never had time, or it didn't work out the first few times, and we kind of didn't continue, whatever it is. And then all this thing happens, and then at the end, she finds out that her sister was basically kept as a baby maker for years,
Yeah.
right? And then there's like that one demon child, as you mentioned, that is still alive, and they bring it, obviously, you know, they bring it home,
Yeah.
or whatever, to take care of it.
Yeah, they bring him home, obviously, so they
But
can.
she's like super attached to that baby right away,
Yep.
and she almost takes it like, oh, okay, well, that's gonna be my child now.
Oh, but that's what I mean.
And
That's why
whatever
I'm
it
almost
is-
like, did Tyrion, the demon, kind of know that about her and assume like, this will be the one to keep my Antichrist or whatever?
I don't know, but I like the fact that there was that through line during the whole movie, and the relationship between her and the husband and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's true. And like we should mention too, like, you know, we mostly follow Mia, but you also have relationships obviously through mostly found footage until later on in the film we see Riley in
Yeah.
multiple different scenes. But also Mia's husband Robert is a character who like recurs multiple times throughout the course of the film. He, you know, Robert's not the most supportive. He sucks a little bit, but but he's also played. This is a really weird '90s deep cut. So he's played by an actor named Brendan Sexton III, who I know because growing up I watched Empire Records a bazillion times.
Right, yes, yes, yes.
Which is a
seen
mid
it.
'90s classic. It's early Liv Tyler. It's early Renee Zellweger. It's all kinds of people, and he plays this shitty little character named Warren who tries to steal some CDs from Empire
that's
Records and gets
him?
caught. Yeah, my name isn't fucking Warren. That's
Oh,
him.
shit. Wow.
And I watched that movie like 10,000
I
times.
don't even remember
So I
that.
remember even when we watched it last year, I was like, oh, hey, it's Warren. That was the only thing I could think of the whole time. Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
that's my random 90s deep cut for
Yeah,
everybody.
seriously.
Go watch Empire Records. It's fun and wacky.
But yeah, so to go back to what I was saying, that's the thing. I liked that very underlining through line story type of thing.
Yeah.
That I understand everything about, you know, her and the character and the fact that they couldn't have a child and they tried and then all this stuff happened and whatever
And so, of
it
course,
is.
she clings to the idea.
She clings to the idea to
Yeah.
it, but like, I don't know, in my head, I was like, yeah, nah, man, you're not keeping that child. You give it to social services or something like that. That shit's fucked up. You know what I mean?
think,
Like,
yeah, given
no, thank you.
Because the thing is, the thing is with something like this, right? If it's the extra, it's all the demon stuff. It's all like the insanity of it that makes it so crazy. Because like, you know, that's it. Like sometimes, unfortunately, there have been cases of assault and things like that that have resulted in a child, like in the real world, right? And people have kept those children, obviously, but they're not, they're not the result of like a demon. So
right.
it's a little,
exactly.
yeah. So,
Exactly.
so you're like, no, it's the demon shit. Get rid of that baby.
Yeah, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. But how are you going to explain that to the authorities? Like, I don't want it. It's the
doesn't matter.
Antichrist.
I don't know, man. Doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure you'll understand that this is not a wanted child because it was conceived in the worst way possible.
I suppose
you know what
that,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
no, I suppose you're right. It just, I don't know. But I do think that even if Riley could have articulated correctly right away that she
know,
did not
I'm
want this
just
baby
saying.
around, Mia, I think, would have forced her hand
yeah,
that
but,
way
but that's
completely.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah. It is weird.
It's weird. Like that's what I'm saying. But that's what I liked about the through line is that it's so deep and ingrained in her character.
Yeah, that she...
For a child and everything.
Yeah, that you can see the disappointment right from the beginning that she did not get to
that's
be
it,
a mother, and
Yeah.
now this is like her one opportunity.
Can I give a 3.5?
Sure.
The old lady, what's her name?
It's Norma.
Okay, right, that's it. Thank you,
Yes.
Norma. She's fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, she's so good.
present for like 5 minutes of screen time. She's really good.
She's so
she's really funny.
Yes, and
with
she's
the
also
character
very
that she's
scary.
playing, and yeah, she's creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
so
I know. I loved her. No, I loved Norma.
was
I
really
thought she was
good.
great.
Yeah, that's
she's
it.
so good.
I had to mention it because I was like, oh damn, wait.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you know what, too? Like, this film also has, like, a good couple of people in it that I was like, oh, hey. I mean, like I said, I recognized Warren from Empire Records because how could I not?
Mm-hmm.
But also Michael Beach, who plays the detective, who's in a few different scenes, one in the documentary portion at the beginning, and then also he recurs, of course, later to speak about what's occurred after the man on the front stoop killed himself. And also Keith David, excuse me, just has one scene where he plays a former warden of the prison in which the insane man there, Wilson, resided for a number of years, like 5 years or something, who's just there. And you're like, whoa. Even with, like, I get that this, like, blew up on Kickstarter and stuff, but I'm just, like, incredibly impressed that any of these people were just already in this film to start off with. It's not like they were added post Neon acquisition and budget and everything. They were already there.
Yeah,
and I'm like, damn, okay. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
I know. It's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it again on this rewatch. Like, it was really solid and together. And I do find, I don't know, that's it. Whoever they got to do that editorial pass, I think did a really good job. It really tightened up the overall pacing, because there were some points the first time that we watched it where I was like, okay, this is like a little bit long-winded.
Brett W. Backman.
Okay, got it. Well
He
done.
was the editor, and he did Hard Eyes, Companion.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yep, Follow the House of Usher series.
Oh my
He
God.
edited all the 7 episodes. At least he was one of them.
Well, okay. Well, so Mike Flanagan found him.
The Toxic Avenger, VHS 94.
Oh, wow.
Werewolf Within, The Vigil, Dunes, like
Oh, my God.
Color Out of Space. He's fucking good,
Oh, my
man.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, Mr.
Daniel
Bachman.
Isn't Real, like
Jesus.
Mandy. Dude, like
Holy
this
shit.
is he's yeah, man. He's not like nothing. He's
No.
legit. This guy.
Okay, well, obviously he did an incredibly good job. I
Uh-huh.
feel like editors are underrated parts of filmmaking, but now, this is something that makes me think about it more, because we've gone from watching the original cut of this film to now watching this from obviously like an expert editor, basically.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
seeing the differences. And I do find that this one kept the pacing incredibly well the whole way through. And it was
agree.
like, it was tense when it needed to be. It was atmospheric when it needed to be. It cut the tension ever so slightly at certain times as well, but never enough that you weren't kind of like, oh, okay, where are we going with this? No, it was really good. I really liked it.
And also, like, the movie is an hour and a half.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Good.
It's the right length.
Yep.
and maybe they edited down to be a little bit less or whatever it is. I don't know.
Oh, they might have actually.
But-
It might have been longer the first time.
Yeah, but like, no, this is good, man. This
I
is
agree.
one of those that's exactly the length that it should be.
Yeah, no, it's tight. It's solid.
Yep.
Pretty much the entire way through.
Yep.
And yeah, this one combines like an interesting sort of mix of different types of filmmaking, right? Because you've got the found footage stuff, you've got
Yes.
the documentary style intro to the film, you've got, that's it, a missing persons thriller type of thing, but kind of wrapped into like a supernatural mystery. So it's got like a lot of
No, it's
a
very
lot of
smart.
different
It's very well
elements to
done.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really, really curious to see post all of this. If Chris Stuckman's able to like do more.
Yeah, I hope so.
And kind of like, continue this direction for himself. Hopefully, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully we'll keep seeing stuff from him.
Yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys were able to actually check out our review of Pitfall, which we
Yeah.
put out, yesterday? So hopefully you guys will be able to check that out as well. That one is a spoiler-free review, just for everybody who's still here, since the film just had its premiere, and we will, fingers crossed, in the next few days, be bringing you the interview in full that we did with the writer, director, and editor, James Kondelik, as well as the producer,
Yeah, Wei-Sun
Wei-Sun
Chang.
Chang.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to kind of bring you all the additional sort of like little trivia and little bits and information. And thank you again to the two of them for hopping on with us. They were so lovely and really fun to talk to and super enthusiastic about this project. So it was like it was really a blast to chat with people who
Thanks,
are
guys.
really happy to be doing what they're doing. So yeah, we'll be bringing that your way. And then we'll be continuing this train of insanity for, into November, because we've got other things coming out in November that we're going to have to check out. So it should be interesting. Anyway, we did not mention socials. In the meantime, you can feel free to follow everything that we have going on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, all the places. Just search for Gravetone Pod. That's where you'll find us. That's where all our updates will be. But until next time, guys, stay scared and stay tuned.
Ciao, guys.